La 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 wow. Young Dawson refuses to be categorized. The podcast. Hello, beautifuls. Audio quality might be a little shy today, and that's fine. I'm just recording straight into my trusty old 7 or 8 year old laptop. I do have a nice, nosy headphone set somewhere, but that would mean leaving the couch to go and obtain them. So no. You can cope with me sounding extra gravelly tonight. Just think it just adds to my, you know, allure. My allure. Anyway, um, just a quickie. I'm going to share with you my goals for the next 3 months and on the life front, and the money and business and health and all that kind of stuff. And also share what I've been up to over the last 3 weeks or so. So last week was absolutely chock a block with end of school holiday revelry. And we just filled it with all like our holiday goals that we wanted to achieve, but were too lazy to achieve in the previous 2 weeks. So this is what we did in the last week. We had a picnic at the river with friends. My biggest kid had her first ever solo play date at a friend's house. I took the kids and their friend to a horsemanship workshop as well, horsepersonship. Um, we did the 4 hour return trip to go visit my in laws. Um, I also went to the osteopath twice. Why? Because do I love my osteopath? Yes, I do. Why? Because she makes like my body boo boos go away. When do I see her again? In 2 days. Why so often, you ask? Because I dislocate with a sneeze. And who is like reading this out to you while wearing a heat pack for a newly displaced hip? This bitch. I should totally sing this as a song for my osteopath next time I see her. She would really enjoy that. Um, I also did a couple of group coaching calls as well, one for all of my course students, because whenever you buy any of my courses, then you get ongoing monthly group coaching calls where you can pick my brain and ask me any question you like under the sun. And you get that free for all eternity. So that's a plus. And I also did a specific call as well for my marketing without social media students. Me and my big kid also recipe tested to try and find new healthy snacks for school lunches. And I also made some ridiculously good feasts for the family, including a poached pear cheesecake, which was just beyond, guys. Like, who the fuck even am I anymore? Can you believe it? I'm actually somebody who cooks and enjoys it. What? Anyway, after all that, I totally felt like Mother of the Year for pulling all that shit off. And now, the holidays have gently ebbed away into the land of memories, and a brand new term stands before us. So we've got 10 weeks to try and move some big goals over the next 3 months or so. So here's my next 3-ish months of goals. On the kids and family front, one, we're going to be maintaining our reading intensive. You can listen to more about that on previous podcast episodes and over on the blog, leoniedawson.com/blog. Two, as an addendum to that as well, we're going to go to a cat cafe to celebrate 5 straight weeks of daily reading. We even have this cute little poster that we colour in that takes us so close to the kitties at the cafe. We are so excited. Um, Three, I want to make some good progress on a specific issue. I'm not going to say what that specific issue is, but there's a specific issue I want to, for one of my kids that I want to work on. Four, we're going to have a weekly play-based tutor. My kids are also joining the school writers club. I need to work out how we're going to support an extracurricular activity on Friday afternoons. And we're also going to take a beautiful long weekend holiday in September to stay in a cute cottage near my in laws as well, which I am so excited about. I'm so excited. Now, on the health and self care front, one, I'm going to start weekly private Pilates sessions at a reformer studio to hopefully not dislocate so much and be so awesome. Two, I'll go back to my naturopath to find out a whole bunch of test results that I took and her recommendations. Three, I need to do some journaling and work out my own plan forward about what I want to do nutritionally and activity and all that kind of stuff. Nothing, I don't know, nothing major per se, but just kind of slow and steady progress. Um, I think I need to get some more facials. My face is kind of really reddish, inflamed at the moment. Maybe that's because we've been like in mask mandate lately. I've noticed like I've got kind of some rashes happening. Um, and I just need to add some more hydration to this experience. Plus, I just fucking love a good facial, to be honest. I don't need a reason to go get a facial. I'll just get a fucking facial. Um, and lastly, I also want to continue weekly solo mama retreats and having evenings to myself after the kids are gone to bed. And just as much blissful solitude as possible to refill my well because I have a lot on my plate. I've got a lot on my plate. And also, me and my husband are with each other constantly, 24/7. So I do need to make sure I actually have some quiet time with my own soul because that's really important for me as an introvert and as a person with autism as well. Right now, on the house front, there's a few things that need to happen. We have some really large destructive fig trees that need to be removed before our wet season hits in September. We've got pandanus trees and they need pruning and they need like specialist looking after as well because they're a native tree to this area, but they get like I don't know, some kind of sickness. And so I think ours needs like the special injection because they're a really important food source. Um, also want to gurney our front pavers as well. Get a skip bin to get rid of all the flooded trash from my office from when my office flooded a few months ago, and I lost a bunch of artworks and sketchbooks and all kinds of stuff. But and that's okay. I'm fine with it. It was this easy way to declutter. It was all like it wasn't like artworks I was particularly attached to. They were just ones that I'd done over the years, if you know what I mean. Um, we also need to get a charity shop out to come in, like grab some excess furniture that they can sell. Need to continue decluttering and organizing and painting and decorating. And I definitely want to finish the trim and doors in our bedroom and ensuite because did that before Christmas and then I fell off the wagon of like keeping up that tradition. I got distracted by other things. So I would like to actually finish that fucking project at some point. And lastly, in terms of business and finances, I like to bring out a new program, possibly retire some of my older programs, maybe do 10 interviews on other people's podcasts, set up a new investing structure and move our cash into ethical managed funds. I have a blog post about ethical managed funds, by the way. If you go to leoniedawson.com/mutual funds, you'll be able to find out about that. Some people prefer just to go straight index funds, which totally makes sense because then you don't have to pay the management fees. Um, for me, however, I like the ethical ones because they're specifically looking for, they don't invest in gambling or warfare or tobacco or um, coal and gas and non-renewable sources and stuff like that. So I don't want to invest my money in shit companies basically. So I prefer the ethical thing. And I did have someone mention to me that you can do ethical index funds. And I've had a little look-see in Australia and I haven't been able to find any alternatives here. But I'm quite happy with what I use at the moment anyway with ethical management. stoked with how that's going. So that works for me. I also make sure I want to continue doing my monthly money goal reporting, which is just for myself, but it's really enormously motivating to me. Just whatever wild idea comes next, basically. And maybe even come up with like a quarterly or yearly plan, maybe with parameters, maybe with KPIs. That could be exciting for a change because I totally fly by the seat of my pants. I may still fly by the seat of my pants. But either way, maybe have some kind of basic idea. Like more, I've got an idea in my head. I don't know, maybe I should tell my assistant what that plan is. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, get my shit together for my next financial year goal, which I'm calling the Golden Year 2.0 because last year I called it my golden year to hit that financial goal. We hit that financial goal. I want to increase the goal this year. And so we're calling it Golden Year 2.0. Works for me. And lastly, my goal for the next quarter would be about $375,000. I think if we hit it or not, cool. Either way, groovy cakes. But it's something fun to reach for, and it's not something I'm going to beat up with myself if I don't get there. I always like much, much prefer just like putting it out there and seeing if I hit it or exceed it or not, and then just learning whatever lesson comes from that, and making little changes for next time. Now, in terms of priorities, however, I left that goal right down the bottom and I left it there for a reason because, in terms of priorities, my kids are really my biggest focus currently. There's a whole new learning habits we're instilling and things we're working on, and it takes quite a bit of my focus to keep that going. And my kids are bloody wonderful humans. They're funny and they're sweet and they're creative and kind. And I'm so lucky to be their mum. They're just delightful humans. And I just need to keep turning up and helping them with things that need developing so that they can keep on soaring and be who they want to be in the world. And everything else is really secondary to that priority, honestly. There's been times when other things have taken more priority. Of course, kids are always a priority, but in terms of like that intense focus, sometimes that intense focus has gone to other areas. Sometimes it's been my business, sometimes it's been my health, sometimes it's been house and moving, that kind of stuff. And this is just a season where it's just really about my kids. So I've probably written the areas in order of priority. Like my kids come first, then my health, and then the house, and then the business for this period in time. And that doesn't mean I don't love and adore my business. It's just really at a joyful point where it doesn't require huge amounts and it feels more like a happy hobby than anything else. I still pinch myself. Like the fact that I just get to make whatever I want and talk about whatever interests me and pen love letters to the world and make free shit and connect with rad humans and get paid for it. It's a fucking dream come true, honestly. Anyway, that's my little update from now. I hope this has been insightful and useful for you. It's time for me to go fuck off and read a book and fill my well for the evening. So, whatever you're planning on, I hope it's glorious and just perfect for you. Oh, big hugs, group hugs, everyone, group hugs. Oh.